Hi everyone, I'm Alexis. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Ravenclaw Queen. Shout out to Harry Potter fans. Today we're gonna do a introduction / Q&A. Thank you guys for the questions you had. I'm so excited to answer, and I'm just excited to start this YouTube journey. It's been a long time coming. So thank you so much for your support. I would love if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, family, anyone you think who might be interested in my content. We're gonna do lifestyle, mental health, travel vlogs, beauty vlogs, fashion, anything you can think of. I would love to make content for you guys. So let's hop right into it. I'm from South Carolina. I'm a Cancer. Shout out my Cancer people. I went to college, so I went to Furman University. I have a BA in Spanish and a BA in Politics and International Affairs. I did a semester at law school at UNC Chapel Hill, go Tar Heels. It was not for me though. It was also during the pandemic when I went, so everything was online. I'm a very in-person girly, so that was not for me, but I could definitely give tips on how to get into law school and how to get through your 1L year. That's what they call it. But I just decided that I wanted to go in a different route. So now I have my master's of business in banking and finance. So I'm going to be working in that field, which I've worked at banks before, but I'm going to go back to that field. But this first section of Q&A, we're going to do some relationship questions. So someone asked, are you single? I am single, but I'm dating. So I am, just exploring what's out there. So yeah, we'll see what happens. The next question, what advice would you give someone that's about to enter into a relationship? So my first tip would be ask questions. Doesn't have to be like super personal, but like if they say they work in marketing, ask them, okay, what do you do in marketing? Or what company do you work for? Just like surface level things, but like things that are important that you may want to know. Then the next thing I would say is be open-minded. So if you have a certain list of things that you are looking for, which I'm not going to like put it on just women, but I know for a fact that I have a list of what I want and what I won't like tolerate, I guess. But I've started to learn through dating that some things on our list are not necessarily deal breakers. So like for me, the first thing that I thought was a deal breaker was people who have children. And it's not that I don't like kids. I love kids. I want to have like 4 kids. I just don't know how I feel about being a stepmom yet. Like I'm not ready for that. So I would say if the only thing that you see as a problem is that they have a kid, don't write them off. Because I mean, you may find a friend through dating. Like dating isn't always just to end up married to them, And then my last thing I would say is just have compassion for people. You don't really know what people are going through. So just have compassion. I live at home with my family, and some people might look at that as like, oh, you live at home. Like, oh, you're not as ambitious or anything. And anyone who knows me knows that I'm ambitious and that I have goals. So me living at home is literally just a stepping stone for me to eventually get my own house and everything. So don't write someone off just because of that as well. Another thing I'm going to add actually on the what's some advice, I would also say with people, be consistent, because I have had a lot of situations where I really liked someone and then they just stopped texting or they stopped calling, or it was just like they're going through something. I feel like we've all had that situation where someone's like, oh yeah, I'm just going through some stuff right now, which, okay, I get it. You are, and we all are. But that doesn't mean like my thing is, don't introduce me to a vibe that you can't maintain. Like that's something I cannot tolerate. Like if you have taken me on dates and done all this stuff for me in the beginning and then you just stop because you're going through something, it's like, maybe I wanted to help you go through that. I don't know. Also off of that, make sure you go on dates. Don't just talk on the phone. Like now if it's long distance, then get creative, I guess. But I've never been in a long distance relationship, so I wouldn't really know. And another thing, travel with that person. let's say you've been dating for 3 to 6 months. Like, I don't know how long you guys feel comfortable, but I kind of move quickly, which is probably a bad thing. But I would love to go on a trip with someone after like 3 months. It could just be like a weekend trip though. And you don't have to fly either. Like, you could drive somewhere to the beach and just see how they are when they're in a hotel, how they act when they go to different places. Like, do they act like they've never been anywhere before? You know, not saying to judge them, but just like notice certain things about them, because you want to be able to travel with someone and have a good time. Like, I've had bad experiences traveling with men particularly, and I think it's because I didn't really know the person well before. So make sure you do know them pretty well before you go somewhere with them. Okay, next question. What is your ideal date? So for me, I don't really have an ideal date. I would say I like dinner dates, so fine dining preferably, but you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be fine dining. I do like rooftop bars, so like that vibe. Merchant and Trade in Charlotte is one of my favorite places. Merchant and Trade, there's some other places too. I can't really think right now. Fahrenheit is really good. I like McCormick's Seafood and Steak. I think that's what it's called. Downtown too. But yeah, dinner dates. If you don't want to spend a lot of money on dinner, then you can clearly go somewhere cheaper. I would say picnics are nice if you want to still eat with the person. Walking in the park is so cute to me. If you don't want to spend money at all, I would say, you know, if you're comfortable, like go to that person's house or they come to your house. I know at my house, we have a pool table and a ping pong table. So like, that's always fun for me to like do that with people. And then you could watch movies, or you could put together a vision board with them if you feel like sharing your goals with them. So I think there's a lot of things you can do that don't require like a bunch of money. Okay, next section, we're going to talk about school and work-life balance. So like I said, I have multiple degrees. I work at Miracle Ear right now, which is not in any of those degrees, but it's a temporary job that I have that I wanted to do while I was doing my master's. And working full-time and having my degree, or getting my degree in Master's of Business, it wasn't really difficult because the program I was in at California Intercontinental University was all online. We didn't even have online classes, though. It was just like you submitted discussions every week, and then you submitted your papers or projects or PowerPoints every Sunday of the week. So from me going from Furman to that program, it was a breeze, because Furman, I was doing like 20-page papers. At this program, the longest paper I had to write was like 10 pages. So I think it just depends on the program you choose. I would recommend California Intercontinental if you do want to do like a full online program. And I would say just set aside like a certain amount of time every day, depending on how long it takes you to write papers. I'm a procrastinator, so I do stuff last minute, but I wish I wasn't a procrastinator, because I feel like I could have gotten a lot of things done without stressing about it if I had done it earlier. Also, find a good spot to do work at if you can't do work at home. So Optimus Hall in Charlotte is one of my favorite spots to go to. It's like a food hall, but they have like Wi-Fi and stuff. So my next question was, what is my daily routine, self-care routine, maintenance routine? So my daily routine, I've recently started going to the gym. So I go to Planet Fitness around like 5:30 every morning, and I stay for like an hour. I do stretching, cardio, and then I do like weight training. That's like my routine for that. Then I shower when I get home and like do my skincare routine. And I wanted to ask you guys if anyone has used Elemis. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's Elemis. I'll put it in the description box. When I was on my cruise in Haiti in December, the lady at the massage place I went to, she was like, oh, we have something good for your under eyes. So it's like a serum that I put under my eyes, and it's kind of helped. Like, I don't think my eyes look dark anymore. You can tell me if they look dark. But I want to see if you guys have used that before. I've seen other content creators talking about it, but I just had never heard of it until like December. So yeah. But I have a skincare routine. Then I do my hair. I have microlinks, so it's really easy in the mornings. I don't really do much to it. Like, I may curl it or straighten it, but other than that, and if you don't know what microlinks are, they're just like extensions, but they're like tracks, but they're not like, your hair is not sewn in the braids like a regular sew-in though. It's supposed to be like a more natural look. Like if you had a nice sew-in with like 4 bundles, then it'd be more full. But this is supposed to give like my actual hair. And then for that maintenance for this, I go every 4 weeks to get my wash and like silk press it, and then she tightens. Well, in the beginning she'll tighten each track that's in here. But yeah, look it up if you're interested. It can be kind of pricey. I wasn't really like worried about it because I like to invest in my hair, so that was something I like dedicated to, I guess. Because you do have to be dedicated to it. You can keep these the install in for 3 months. This hair is like human good hair, so you could use this multiple times though. And when you do a reinstall, it's cheaper than the original install. And then for like nails, right now my nails are kind of just short. My mom actually did these. Shout out to her. So I don't really like my fingernails. I don't really prioritize getting them done because I don't really care. Now my pedicures, I do go once a month for pedicures at least. And then something I love is getting facials and massages. I get a regular facial, and then this month I'm going to start getting facials like on my body. My esthetician, she does different types of facials, so I'm going to start trying that out. And then I get waxes as well to remove hair on my body. But yeah, that's like my routine for stuff. And if you guys have more questions, of course, ask. And then the next question was, discuss your mental health state. So I'm going to talk more about my mental health on Mondays. I'm going to start a series called Maniac Mondays. Not saying that maniac is a bad thing. Like, I consider maniac to be like an interesting thing to call yourself or like to identify as, because there's different definitions of a maniac, which I'll talk about that too. But I'll just talk about what I'm diagnosed with right now. So I have bipolar disorder, anxiety, and depression. I would say though, I haven't felt depressed since 2022. So like since I got out of, I had to do a stay at a behavioral health hospital, and I was there for a month. After that, when I came home, I started therapy in that November of 2022, and my therapist is amazing. I've been doing therapy with her. I think I've made a lot of progress. I've also been taking my medication that's prescribed to me. So yeah, my mental health state is really good. And like I said, I'll talk more about that and get into like what was going on Mondays. Okay, so now I just have some more random questions. So it said, what's something you can't live without? So I would first say God. I would not be here without God. I'm very like strong in my faith with God, and I go to church. So yeah, I love God, and yeah. So then I would say my family, my friends, like the people around me who are just supportive. I love you guys as well. Then I would just say like technology, like my phone, TV, stuff like that. Like I love social media. I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with it though, but I would say I love it. But yeah, and then books. I love books too. So I have a mix. Like I like to read, but I also like to consume content. Then the next question was, how do you feel about No Shave November? Which I thought was so random, but so funny. I love a bearded man, but I'm not going to write you off because you don't have a beard. So I love No Shave November. So yeah. Next question was locks or low cuts. I like both, but usually the men I date have low cuts. But I do like locks. Like I like playing in people's hair, so I'm okay with locks too. What's your favorite pastime activity? So my favorite pastime activity is literally sitting in our recliner that we have in our living room and like watching TV, reading, writing in my planner. Oh, something I do for self-care. I forgot to mention. I journal, and I'm a budget planner type of girl. So I have this nice little budget planner that I use. I have a calendar planner that I have with every like month and all that. So I'm big on planning. I do try to live in the present as well, but I love to like just know like, okay, what's next? But yeah, so those are all the questions that I got. Thank you guys so much for the questions. Like I said, this will be a YouTube channel for a variety of things. So just tell me in the comments what you would like to see. Like and subscribe and share. So thank you, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye-bye.